On August 6, 2004, the world lost a legend. Rick James, the architect of punk funk, the man behind Super Freak, Give It To Me Baby, and Mary Jane, passed away at just 56 years old. His cause of death? Pulmonary failure and cardiac failure, with traces of multiple drugs in his system. The official report called it natural causes, but his life had been anything but natural. He was outrageous, he was raw, he was talented beyond measure, and he was troubled to the core. Born James Ambrose Johnson Jr. in Buffalo, New York in 1948, Rick James was a rebel from the beginning. After enlisting in the Navy Reserve to avoid the draft, he deserted and fled to Toronto. That's where he met Neil Young and formed a band called the Mynah Birds, which was signed to Motown in 1966, until military authorities caught up with him and sentenced him to jail. That twist of fate sent him west to California, where he mixed rock, funk, soul, and sexual energy into a sound that couldn't be ignored. By the late 70s and early 80s, Rick James had become the voice of funk rebellion. Albums like Street Songs turned him into a crossover superstar. But with the fame came excess, and with the excess came demons. Then came August 2nd, 1991, just 13 years before his passing, almost to the day. Rick James was arrested on charges of SA and torture. Prosecutors alleged he and his girlfriend had held a woman hostage for days, burned her with a crack pipe, and SA'd her repeatedly. A second woman came forward soon after with similar allegations. James was convicted and sentenced to more than 5 years in prison. He served 2 before being released in 1996. By then, the industry had moved on, but Rick still had something to say. He made a late 90s comeback through comedy, playing exaggerated versions of himself on shows like Martin and The Chris Rock Show. But it was Dave Chappelle's iconic "I'm Rick James, bitch" sketch that reintroduced him to a whole new generation. Acting wasn't new to Rick James. He had made guest appearances on sitcoms and TV specials throughout the 80s and 90s, often parodying his wild public persona, a persona that was in many ways painfully real. Rick James once said, "Whether you're rich or poor, life's still cold-blooded." And he never lied. He spoke from experience. The fame didn't shield him from pain, addiction, prison, or regret. And even after the lights dimmed, Rick James carried the weight of everything that made him and nearly broke him. But his music never stopped. From hip-hop samples to funk throwbacks, from pop radio to party playlists, Rick James is still everywhere. Rick James was a super freak, a tortured genius, a visionary, and a cautionary tale. He didn't fake the funk. He was the funk. And today, on the anniversary of his passing, we honor not just the icon he became, but the man behind the madness. Rest in heavenly peace, Rick James. The funk never dies, but sometimes even legends burn out before they fade away. If you enjoyed this tribute to funk master Rick James, drop an RIP in the comments forum and tell me what's your favorite Rick James song. Mine is actually Fire and Desire that he did with Tina Marie, but I am a big fan of Super Freak as well. And please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more stories beyond the songs that have shaped our lives. Until next time, keep the music alive by checking out this next video.